Hello, everybody. Happy week 3. This week's art choice for me was the view of the forest of Fontaine-Bleu by Jean Baptiste Camille Corot. Um, First, I would say, what have you noticed so far about your personal aesthetic is both pieces have like a lightness in the center that kind of draws me in. This one, there's a lot of darkness in the front of the piece, and then as you move back, you can see lightness. So it seems like there's a center focal piece that I keep being drawn into. Um, Another piece or another reason as to why I kind of was drawn to this piece was how real it looks. It is part of the naturalism movement, so I think that that plays a part into why it looks so real. Um, but some pieces that stood out to me for the formal analysis, um, the value, the going from the light to the dark, that seems to be something that I pick up on the most from what I've viewed. You can see the forest up in the front. It's casting shade over the stream. There's a woman reading a book in the lower right-hand side who's just um, taking in the scenery and then as you move back, um, I mentioned that lightness, like you can tell that it's a break in the forest. There's sunlight beaming down on the stream. And then as you go further back, you can see how like the blue skies and a little bit of clouds. Um, Also, the detail in here in the forefront of the stream, like you can tell where the water is rippling around rocks. There's a lot of shade, so where that sunlight is in the painting, you can see where the shade would be behind the rocks or the trees in the forest. Um, and so I think that. I see a lot of the value here. Like I said, the lightness to the darkness. Um, Color is not quite as soft as the other piece that I had chosen. This one is because it's more natural, you're getting a lot of the browns and the greens. They're a little dark, but it's to present like a real life scenario. And then I think that there's a really great use of space too. You can feel like the depth, from the point of view that you're viewing this from. The trees are larger up front, and then you can see how they get smaller as you look further back into the painting. Um, and I think those were the things that stood out to me the most for this one. Thank you.